Shri Mataji, everybody, and welcome to our meditation this evening, which is focusing on Shri Krishna and the VISHUDDHI chakra. It's part of our celebration of 40 years of Sahaja Yoga in Canada, and I hope you've been enjoying the meditations as much as I have. My name's Sarah Wixie, and I moved from England to Canada in 1994 with my family and found Sahaja Yoga in 2006 in Burlington, Ontario. I moved with my husband to Kelowna in 2014 and have been running a class here since then. And with the pandemic, we've connected online with the Kamloops Collective and do regular meditations together. I'm glad you've been able to join us this evening, and I'd like us to start now with raising our Kundalini and giving ourselves a bandhan. Let's start with the Ohm Chakra to balance our channels. We'll repeat it 3 times and we'll split it into the R, U, M for our left, our right, and our center channel. Ah. Ganesha Mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We'll place our right hand on our heart chakra. Shri Mataji, please come into our hearts. Please clean our hearts so that you can be there. Please put your lotus feet in our hearts. Please fill our hearts with your divine loving vibrations, your compassion, your confidence, your fearlessness. Shri Mataji, please be in our hearts. We'll take our attention to our VISHUDDHI chakra, Sriradha Krishna Mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sriradha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji, you who are Shri Krishna, please fill our VISHUDDHI chakra with your divine vibrations. Please make us a detached witness to what's going on around us. And please help us to be more collective, to pursue your vision and share your message of Sahaja Yoga around the world. We'll now enjoy the Bija mantras for our chakras.
Lam, 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 lam. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. hum 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 hum, hum 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 hum, hum 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 hum.
Now we'll say the 16 holy names of Sri Radha Krishna. We'll start with the mantra for Radha Krishna. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. O Divine Mother, you are verily Sri Radha Krishna. Salutations to you. Mother, you are the supreme power of the dark blue God Krishna and the one who sustains that power, Sri Radha. Sri Radha Krishna. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Radha Krishna, Namo Namaha. You are Sri Radha and Sri Krishna as King Vitala and Queen Rukmini, manifesting the right VISHUDDHI power. Shri Vitala Rukmini. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Vitala Rukmini, Namo Namaha. Mother, you are the Supreme Lord who knows pure speech. Shri Govinda Pati. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Govinda Pati Sakshat, Namo Namaha. You are the protector of the world, Shri Gupta. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Gupta, Namo Namaha. You are the chief herdsman, Shri Govinda. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Govinda, Namo Namaha. You are the Lord of the cows, Shri Gopati. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Gopati, Namo Namaha. You are the Lord of America, Shri Amerikeshwara. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Amerikeshwara, Namo Namaha. You are the foster son of Shri Yashoda, Shri Yashoda Nandana. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Yashoda Nandana, Namo Namaha. You are the brother of Shri Vishnu Maya, Shri Vishnu Maya Brata. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Vishnu Maya Brata, Namo Namaha. You are the holder of the flute, resounding with sweet melodies. Shri Vanavini Vama Sanada. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Vanavini Vama Sanada, Namo Namaha. You are the supreme power of the absolute cosmic being, Shri Viratangata Virata. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Viratangata Virata, Namo Namaha. You are Shri Krishna as a child, Shri Bala Krishna. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Bala Krishna, Namo Namaha. You are the one whose head is adorned with a peacock feather, Shri Shikandi. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Shikandi, Namo Namaha. You are the destroyer of Narakasura without Shri Narakantaka. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Narakantaka, Namo Namaha. You are the one who encompasses all, Shri Mahanidhi. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Mahanidhi, Namo Namaha. You are the great lake of divine bliss, Shri Maharada. Om Tvameva Sakshat, Shri Maharada, Namo Namaha. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Namala Devi, Namo Namaha. Now I'm going to read the 108 invocations to Shri Krishna. Shri Mataji has commented that no names can describe him. He cannot be grasped and is beyond praise. Yet based on Sahaja Yoga Shastras, here are 108 names humbly offered at his lotus feet. Salutation, honor and glory to Shri Bhagavati, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Namala Devi, who bears Shri Krishna on her forehead as the crowning jewel of the heavens. You are Shri Krishna, praise unto him forever and ever. You are worshipped through Christ. You grant permission to become a Sahaja Yogi. You accept the Yogis certified by Lord Jesus Christ. You accept the yajnas, the offerings of the noble souls. You are the primordial being. You are the Ishwara, the God of the Yogis. You are the God of Yoga. You are our ideal in its highest glory. You are sublime and the source of sublimity. You are fully aware of your divine powers. You are the Sakshi, the witness. You are the axis of the whirling universes. You hold the strings of the cosmic puppet show. You are the great enticer of the three worlds. You are the father, yet you are the friend. You are the revelation of ultimate fatherhood. You manifest Sri Sadashiva, Lord God Almighty. Adi Shakti's creation is for your play. You are the integrated brain of divinity. You were, are, and ever will be. You are Vishnu the Magnificent. You are the Yahweh, God of Moses. Buddha perceived you as Nirakara, formless. You are the father of Yesu Christ. You are the Akbar, the Most High of Islam. You are the Lord God Almighty, all-knowing, all-pervading. You are the master of the Aquarian age. You get the divine work done in Krita Yuga, a transitional period that heralds the golden age of Satya Yuga. You carry the yellow dusted feet of Sriradhaji in your heart. You see Radhaji in mother's laughing eyes. You are the worshipper of Sri Mala Viratangana, the feminine form of the Virata. You pervade Akasha, sky. You are the blue lord of ethereal infinity. You are blue for the sake of Sri Mahakali. For your sake, the firmament is blue. You wear many garlands of moons, suns, and stars. You play with Mother Surabhi on the Milky Way. Sri Brahmadeva gave you his yellow dhoti. The sun rises to behold you. You grant the power of total confidence. You grant the power of discrimination. You grant the power of decision. You grant the power of detachment. You grant the power of responsibility. You grant the power of auspicious vision. You grant the power of leadership. You granted abundance to America. You grant the power of plenitude. You grant the power to communicate and convince. You grant the power to silence. You grant the power to the Sahaja collectivity. You grant the power to share. You grant the power to permeate. You grant the power to expand thoughtless awareness. You grant the power of cosmic consciousness. You have the power to make anyone a king. You grant and withdraw power to human institutions. You bear the rings of Saturn on your right finger. You make fun of worldly powers. You shatter the pillars of false dharmas. You are blazing doom for adharma. You are both Madhuri and Samara Shakti, sweetness and destroying power. You subdue the serpents of anger, hate, and arrogance. You dislike frivolity, grossness, and plastics. You are mischievous with individualists. You incarnate on this earth to re-establish the Dharma of innocence. You restore the lost vision of the Absolute. All myths are consumed by the fire of your truth. You lead us to victory on the battlefield of the brain. You lead your worshippers beyond the Kurukshetra, the field of involvement. You inspired Abraham Lincoln. You are propitiated by the twice-born for the salvation of America. You lead the twice-born back to Gokul. You teach the twice-born through the voice of Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. You are adorable and adored by the twice-born. You play around in frolics, joy, and happiness. The cows of Maharashtra rush to lick your arms. You are the incarnation of gentle graciousness. You melt everyone's hearts in the honey-like spring of your sweetness. You drive the chariot of the five senses. You are the protector of chaste womanhood. You are fond of the Nirmala Bhaktas. You asked Sri Garuda to answer the call of the Nirmala Bhaktas. You sent Sudarshana Chakra to kill the foes of the Nirmala Bhaktas. You purify all relationships. You envelop our sisters' chastity in Draupadi's sari. You adorn our brothers with valor and chivalry. You are the flute player of collective charisma. You play rasa with the Sahaja gopis. You are the friend of the yogi named Sudama. You make the energy circulate through everyone. You establish the link with collectivity. You are the collective consciousness of the Atma, the spirit. You break the picture which covers the ego. You dissolve ego in etheric consciousness. You dispel superego in witnessing consciousness. You feed the roots of the tree of life in the brain. You enlighten the cells of the brain. You crown the consciousness of the twice-born. You sustain Sri Adi Shakti's throne in the brain. You are the Lord of inconceivable majesty. You are the witness of your own bliss. You rule over the ocean of Amrut. You reside at the parting of Sri Adi Shakti's hair. You lead the play of recognition of Sri Adi Shakti Nirmala Devi. You will establish on this earth the dazzling glory of Sri Adi Shakti Nirmala Devi. You will unite the nations of the earth at the lotus feet of Sri Adi Shakti Nirmala Devi. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Now we're going to watch a talk from Krishna Puja about Sahaja culture.
Today, we are going to worship Shri Krishna. See how cold it was about 3 o'clock. Now the reason is this, that Shri Krishna did little mischief with Indra. Indra, who is the god, or you can call semi-god, for looking after the rain. So Indra got very angry. You see, all such semi-gods are very sensitive people. At the smallest thing they get angry and irritated, and they start using their powers to express their anger. So he started pouring rain on all the Gopas and Sri Krishna who were looking after the cows. And the rain was so heavy that they thought that the whole land will be completely submerged. So Indra was very happy to spoil the game of Sri Krishna. And he thought he was very successful. So Sri Krishna lifted a mountain on his finger. And all these people who were getting drowned went under that mountain. This is Sri Krishna style. My style is different. I told Indra that you can't misbehave with me. You can't. So far I have not harmed you in any way, and I have not irritated you. Of course it's going to be Sri Krishna's puja, but that doesn't mean that you should try to show off your powers before me. Sometimes I wonder, these devas, semi-gods, they are realized souls or not? Because why do they get angry like this for small things? Whatever it is, he could be reconciled, and now it's become warm, I must say. With Sahaja you can do many, many things. But you must know what you can do. For that, Krishna is a very good example. He started Sahaja culture. Culture, I would say. He didn't give realization to anyone, but he gave the idea of Sahaja culture. How? Before him came Sriradha, who was Maryada Purushottama, who was a man very particular about everything. I mean, like he threw out his wife because he was a king, and a king cannot have a scandal, especially from his wife. So he threw her out. It was not Kali Yuga, that's why. And his father ordered him to go, not his father so much as his stepmother, to go in an exile into a forest. So he agreed. After all, he was Maryada Purushottama. So whatever his father said, he agreed. Whatever his mother said, he agreed. I went into the forest, stayed there 14 years. This is the obedience to the father. There was no need, because father was not God. He was God. But in those days it was important to make people not only respect the parents but also to obey them. That was the time. In his time there were many munis and many saints and many also Hatha Yogis. And these, even before him, used to make people practice very strict type of discipline. And if they did not practice the discipline, they had to do a lot of penance. And so many people who tried also never reached the goal, because of the strictness and complete discipline about following the path of spirituality. Recently I was reading a book called Peaceful Warrior. There they have described an American seeking the truth, and the guru of that fellow really takes him to such a horrible, severe task that my granddaughter said, "I'm very angry with such a guru." And she couldn't bear it. So ultimately he finds that he is the existence. So that was the practice followed after Sriradha. People would leave their wives, children, go to Himalayas and sit there and practice meditation. It was a very rigorously followed, we should say, a very moral society. So very moral. But it was out of fear. The whole morality came through fear, which is also repeated in other religions. Now I would say that Islam today has taken that form. Is the fear. They are not doing it out of freedom. Also Christians, same things. And Hindus, I don't know, halfway this side and halfway that side. Even among Sikhs, there is terrible disciplining. So much so that as punishment, you have to clean the shoes of all the people. I don't know if it is to beat yourself with shoes or other, but quite a lot of punishment is there. Then came Shri Krishna and he saw the situation that the way people are really now fasting, if you really go through the rituals of Hindu religion, out of 1 week, you will be fasting for 6 days at least. One day, you might eat some sort of a food. Then you will have to visit all kinds of places. Now recently they had to go, as you know, to Amarnath. And so many died there. So now they said, we have got nirvana. We died while doing this, so we have got nirvana. This kind of a very funny idea was existing. That we have a nirvana now, we have achieved whatever we wanted. And now we are dead, so many are dead. So those who were not dead were repenting why they were not dead. Would have been much better. They would have got their nirvana. So, even in this Kali Yuga, these ideas are prevalent. Even in India, people have very severe type, especially in South I've seen. They do all kinds of nonsense for the atonement or maybe for something they are asking for. All this nonsense was too much for Shri Krishna. He couldn't understand that they are going to waste all their lives in this kind of ritualistic grueling. Then what will be remain out of them for Sahaja? So he is the one who started Sahaja culture. He said, let us enjoy. We must have enjoyment. Nirmal Anand, pure joy. How do we have pure joy? He had this Rakhi Bandhan, by which, apart from your wife, everybody is your sister or mother. I must say, it's quite true about Indians. Not in the north so much because of Islamic influence, but in the south it is so. Maharashtra it is so. And then he started also this Holi, in which you should play with colors. Maybe to get rid of the color barriers we have. Maybe in America it's a very good idea to play with colors and put some black on the whites and some whites on the black. And they can see for themselves how stupid it is to fight in the name of color. He used to play with children who were looking after cows, just like very ordinary person. He never tried to show off his powers, never tried to stand out, never would dress up in a very special way, never. Just like an ordinary cow herd. And his relationship with his mother, Yashoda, she was not his mother, was also extremely beautiful. There are so many beautiful poems written about his childhood, that he is the one who is in charge of the whole universe. As a little boy, he used to put his finger into his mouth, wondering, how can a divine Virata do that? What is he thinking like a child? All his actions of children. Yesterday's song, as you heard it, is this. All these little actions are described very well, especially by another very great poet, Sriradha, who was blind. His childhood is described in a very beautiful manner. and the description of his relationship with his mother is very natural and very sweet. It was not like this as modern times. A carpet is spoiled. Oh, you carpet, you're spoiled. I'll hit you hard, this carpet, you're spoiled. They have more interest in their things than in their own children. But according to our culture, if the child breaks anything, we have to say this, very good, you have broken, some bada has gone away. Never to scold a child for doing anything which you think is destructive, because then he'll definitely become destructive. So to understand a child, I think you must read those poems, beautiful poems which are written about Shri Krishna. I don't know how their imagination reached that beautiful height of pure joy. So towards our children also, we have to be extremely sweet and nice and forgiving. But some children, of course, I meet are difficult. But they also can be corrected if we really apply Shri Krishna's methods to it. Now when he went to college, or we can say into the school of a Sandipani Muni, the Guru's wife was very kind, but the Guru was strict. And his wife used to look after him, and once she gave him something for food when they would go and bring some woods from the forest. It's very subtle, the whole thing is. He went there and his friend was carrying the food. His friend was carrying the food and Shri Krishna was busy cutting the wood. Imagine, Shri Krishna was cutting the wood for the mother. I mean, for the mother he could do anything, he was God. So no work for the mother was menial or lower. But the other fellow, the friend of his, he was very hungry. So he ate all the food and nothing was left. So when he came down, he got very much worried. He went and told his Guru that I ate all the food, I didn't share it with Shri Krishna. Guru got very angry, and he said, now you will be cursed with permanent poverty. But the mother said, no, not permanent. Till you meet Shri Krishna again. That's how she tried to give. We call it upashap. In that you give another curse which can neutralize partly. The same friend was Sudama, and he was very, very poor. Now see the Sahaja ways of Shri Krishna. He always used to remember Sudama, and he told his wife that I don't know, he's cursed. I don't know what must be his condition, where he must be. Now the friendship, he was a king. Such intimacy of feeling with the friend. He says, I used to go with him, used to collect the woods. I mean, imagine all these little things had such a big importance for him. So he was not only worried about the whole world as he should have been, but also about Sudama When will I meet him? When will I see him again? Where must be his house? How he must be living? All these very delicate feelings he had for his friend. It's just like a Sahaja. In the Sahaja style, we worry about the whole world, and also individually we are worried. We come to know about one person who has fallen sick, who has a problem, something is serious. All the Sahajogis think of him and are worried about him. They may have everything, but still they are worried what is happening to such and such person. How many of us know each other's names? I mean, we know everybody's name, practically. And how we care for them, how we respect them, how we love them, and how we have pure relationships. Today is also the day of Raksha Bandhan, which is a very great thing that we should have pure relationships. I've seen in, say, Maharashtra, men won't go and talk to women much, and women won't go and talk to men. And once somebody remarked, then what are you women doing, talking to women only? So I said, what are we to talk to you? You are talking about your office, we are talking about our houses and homes. What is there to talk to you? The Western culture is different. They will force you. They'll make one man sit here and next to him should be a woman, somebody else's wife, then another man, then somebody else's wife. Well, how can you have intimacy? This kind of idea, which is asahaj, has slipped into immorality. There is no need for men and women to sit like that. What is the need? I just don't understand. Compulsorily you have to sit. I have had a bad time, I tell you, with my husband's job. I never liked it. What is there to talk to these men after all? I don't know anything about banking. I don't know shares. I don't know stock exchange, what it is. I don't know profits and this and that. That part is zero. Then I don't know about office. I don't know many other things men talk about. So what is there to talk to them? So very difficult. And whenever I said something, I really dropped a brick. Once in a party, they were offering drinks to everyone, and then so I said, I'll have some soft drink. So the valet came and gave me a soft drink. The valet was having a bow, a white shirt, that's all. Absolutely asahaj methods. Black bow, white shirt, black coat, black pant, all just the same, whether it's an ambassador or a valet. You can't make it out who is who. So I drank, and when it was finished, I gave it to an ambassador, a very well-known ambassador. To me, there was no difference at all. when they're just the same, walking the same way, talking the same way. So asahaj the whole thing is. So they say they have so many embassies. For what, I don't know. And there what they have, always drinks, parties, shake hands, shake hands. Your hands will break, I tell you. Most asahaj method is to shake hands. Why not say namaste? It's better. And you know me, sometimes I used to get such heat. Like yesterday you have shown that the ice melted. Same thing used to happen to me. Mostly they were very hot people. And I didn't know what to do. I used to stand on one side and just feeling shy. But this method of handshaking is absolutely asahaj. And worse than that is French method. Is to kiss, when you like it or not, you are kissed. Or to hug somebody. First time I gave realization to one English gentleman, he just lifted me up like that. I said, all right, it's a... It's just out of joy he has done it, it's all right. But there is no openness, there's no openness of heart. You go to a party, you have to be dressed up like this only. If you are not dressed up like that, then you are useless. If you go for a death also, somebody died, a great friend, very nice man. So I was told I have to wear black sari, black blouse, everything black. I said, I have no sari black without border, you know. So they said, you don't come. I said, very good idea. Because I don't know these asahaj methods. You are not supposed to cry or weep there, you know, to keep quiet. Then when you go there, the body is lying there, and after the prayer is said, you are supposed to drink champagne. I mean, imagine. How can you? No feelings for that body which is lying there dead. And everybody very happy. And if somebody looked unhappy, they would ask, what's wrong? Are you all right? No consciousness that we have lost a friend here. This is the asahaj style when it comes to grief. When it comes to joy, it is asahaj. When it comes to grief, it is asahaj. We have to be sahaj in the sense that whatever we do it spontaneously, not with deliberations. We have some very anglicized people in India also. And the lady of the house died. And I went to see. And in India the body is taken down on the ground. So they were discussing what to do, what time to start the funeral and all that. So one lady, who is a very well-known person in India, she said, you should not do it before 12 o'clock. I said, why? He said, because I'll have to wear white. That's true. And I'll have to go to the bank to get my diamonds to match with the white sari. I said, what is this? Such filth of materialism. It is going too far. We are going away from our feelings, from our emotions, which are genuine, which are there all the time. Don't have to think about them. They exist all the time. But you think now, should I cry or not? Should I laugh or not? It's so spontaneous. If you have joy, you are spontaneous. You express your joy spontaneously. Of course, not in an uncultured way, but in a very cultured way. Now, what's the meaning of the search culture? Is culture is something that is, you are groomed, you are brought up in a very natural manner, that you develop a culture. It's more like a childlike, simple, innocent behavior. It is Sri Krishna's introduction of idea of pure joy, Nirmal Anand, which came as a great relief to Indian people because they were following Sri Ramchandra. But then abandonment started. The problem is, if you make them strict, they become like starched clothes, I think, that you can't wear them. Or if you allow them, no, you must enjoy, right, you allow them, do what you like. If you allow them to do what you like, then they start doing all kinds of things. When in India we had lots of horrible things, which I dare not even tell you, in the name of enjoyment. But Sri Krishna himself has been very much misrepresented by stupid people like Vidyapati. He was a great poet, and he used Krishna and Radha as Romeo and Juliet. That's the greatest insult to the purity of their relationship. You must have seen many pictures like that in Kangra Shaili and this Shaili and that Shaili. It's all nonsense. They could not show the reality of their relationship, but some sort of a very vulgar expression. Because I think these poets and these artists at that time have some hidden, suppressed feelings within themselves, and they use Sri Krishna for that.
Let's meditate in silence for a couple of minutes on Mother's words. Let's sing together the three great mantras.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Let's enjoy together some beautiful music dedicated to Shri Masaji.
In our love to you, we get together. In our love to you, a new life's begun. In our love to you, it doesn't matter from which corner of the earth you're coming from. In our love to you, we're rejoicing. In our love to you, we are strong. 'Cause it's the love to you that connects us. In our love to you, we are one. In our love to you, we can move mountains. In our love to you, we bow to you. In our love to you, our hearts open. And being loved by you is a dream come true. In our love to you, we get together. which corner of the earth you're coming from. In a love to you, we're rejoicing. In our love to you, we are strong. 'Cause it's that love to you that connects us. In our love to you, we are one. In our love to you, we can move mountains. In our love to you, we bow to you. In our love to you, our hearts open. And being loved by you is a dream come true. And being loved by you is a dream come true.
We'll just listen to one more piece of music before we end the evening.
My eyes as I raise my eyes, as I raise my eyes to the glorious heavens, the azure blue of the sky is tempered by a gentle breeze that flows across my skin. Comes from within. How can you know the meaning of your life until you're connected to the power that created you? By the grace of Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Srimata Shri, Nirmala Devi.
Just love for my children. And that is how I've worked, and it has worked out. You can see for yourself how you have learned to love each other. I wish all over the world people develop that love, that universal love for each other. All our problems will be finished. No wars, no ill feeling, nothing. Only there will be a beautiful wave of love among ourselves. All these things can happen, and we can reside in a very calm and collective way all the time. What is happening today is not of my liking, because to me they are all one. Or what is the need to have fights and to have differences? If they could just meditate, they will know that they are all one. There's no difference at all. My only wish is that all of you should get your realization and that you meditate. May God bless you. Thank you.
When it seems the whole world is turning without you, just have the faith in your heart and know that truth will see you through. With the peace and love of the gracious dove, can you know the meaning of your life until you're connected to the power that created you by the grace of Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Srimata Shri Nirmala Devi.
Let's collectively do Namaskar, raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. Shri Mataji. Thank you everybody for joining us for our beautiful meditation this evening. Have a lovely evening. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Shri Mataji.